So introduce and tell us something about yourself.
My name is Stephanie Covington. I'm 49 years old, the mother of three, born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri, grew up in public housing.
We heard that you had an interesting story to tell that you feel would help a lot of people.
Yeah, my personal story. At the age of 27, growing up in a project, we all hung out in each other's apartments. So this one particular day, I was at a friend of mine's apartment. We was just there hanging out, doing, listening to music, cooking, just playing cards, all of that. The police kicked in. They came in with a search warrant looking for one of the girls' boyfriend. So two particular detectives that was the head of the search warrant came in, and we know each other because we have problems, so we knew each other. So the first thing they told one of the other policemen to grab Stephanie. So once the female came and got me, she took me into the bathroom where she began to search me. So when she finished searching me, she came and set me back down on the couch, and they continued searching the apartment. Saying it was that looking for guns or drugs or whatever they was looking for. So they finished with the search, and then for some reason they came back to me. So once they came back to me, they lift me up off the couch. I'm handcuffed, right? So I'm handcuffed. They lift me after they searched us. They had all of us sitting down handcuffed. So they lift me off the couch, and when they lift me off the couch, he pulled up the cushion on the couch, and then when he did that, he pulled some drugs, and I'm like, and saying that these is your drugs. And I'm like, everybody in the house was like, no, everybody is mad and cussing, and because everybody knew that I ain't have no drugs. I'm handcuffed. I already been searched. So where the drugs gonna come from? So it was this one black detective there, and I'm looking at him like, you've been here from the beginning, and you know I didn't have drugs. Or I know you. I'm asking him. I said, I know you're not gonna let this go down. I know you're not gonna let them do this. And all he could say to me was, "It's not my call." I couldn't believe that. I was so pissed. I was so mad because these policemen had already just framed my kid's father, and sent him to jail. So I just couldn't believe that. My feelings was hurt. Like, I know how people feel now when it's like being raped. If I was good for it, I wouldn't even have a problem with it, But to just frame somebody like that, it was a mess.
So do you think that that this so-called search warrant that they had, that they were just coming and they knew, because they tend to know your surroundings and know where you are. Do you think that they actually really had it out for you?
Well, to me, really, I was at the wrong place at the wrong time, because they had a search warrant. They were looking for, the girl boyfriend name was on the search warrant. I was just at the wrong place, and the devil walked in, But still, being at the wrong place it don't give you a right to frame somebody. If you found drugs on me, okay, I'll deal with that. You found drugs on me, But to just, girl, 27, I didn't even have a record. And and I couldn't believe it. I'm pregnant and everything. And going to jail. And I couldn't believe this.
Okay, so as a result of the arrest, what was the outcome? How did the whole legal system help or not help you?
Because I'm just thinking, because still I knew that the system was kind of messed up, but I'm just thinking because they so used to everybody pleading guilty. I ain't pleading guilty for nothing. I don't care if I would have went to jail for. I'm not pleading guilty for nothing that I didn't do. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go get this lawyer. we went and got our, I went and I paid for a lawyer. I had a paid lawyer, not a public defender. I paid a lawyer because I'm like, I'm fighting this. Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna let them get away with this, so I get the lawyer. My lawyer tells me that he wants me to have a bench trial, meaning a judge trial. So I'm thinking, I didn't know nothing about the law, nothing about this. Is my first time ever having to deal with anything like this. So I didn't know, what to do and what to say and what. So that's why I paid an attorney. So I had a bench trial, of course, and the policeman that testified against me, it wasn't even the policeman that set me up and framed me. It was a whole nother 2 or 3 group of policemen came in and gave their right hand to God and lied on under oath. And I'm still thinking that once the judge heard my story, because come on now, I'm gonna be all right. I'm thinking I'm gonna be all right, because this is not me right here. Right. So that went on, and then for like once the trial was over with, I had to wait 2 or 3 months, to get his answer. So, my lawyer called and told me that the judge, had a verdict and stuff. So we went to court and he found me guilty.
So as far as the sentencing, how did that make you feel?
My God, I have never ever been so mad at this system. I mean, I was just so mad. And at that time, I was mad at the system. I was mad at the black policemen that allowed these white policemen to do this to me, because there's no way in the world they could have done that to a white person. And they wouldn't have even thought about doing that to a white person. You sit here, you supposed to protect and serve. You watch them do this. I had no respect for black policemen. And then when the judge found me guilty, and then he gonna have the nerves to ask me, he gave me a year probation. Then he gonna say, well, is there anything you want to say? So I said, yeah. I told him, I said, I see it's no justice in this white man courtroom for black people. And you talking about, I swear, girl, this judge turned red on a bench. He turned so red, like he took the year away, beating on the thing. I'm going to know. You get 3 years probation, and if I ever see you again, you're going straight to Chili Cochran, and I'm like, what? I'm looking at this. Then you asked me, did I have anything to say? Right. So I can't speak the truth, But when it was all said and done, the black sheriff, they came up to me, and they was like, your lawyer framed you. Say your lawyer sold you out. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They said, because it's no way in the world you should have had a bench trial. He should have gave you a jury trial. You should have had 12 people judging you. You shouldn't have had that judge. He said your lawyer should have knew better than that. Your lawyer sold you out. So, girl, from that point on, I had no faith in the law. No faith in nothing. I knew then it was a wrap for us. Here, I ain't even have a record. So I'm like, I might as well do what I want to do. I'm going to get blamed for it anyway.
So we heard that you started a nonprofit. What made you start this nonprofit, and tell us something about it?
Well, my nonprofit is Minorities Against Harsh Drug Laws. And that's really just been a passion of mine, how these laws are. In 1982, Ronald Reagan started the war on drugs. The war on drugs is such a joke. It's really a joke. When it's really a war against blacks and minority and the whites that get caught up in the cracks. It's no way in the world that they should be giving people life sentences for drugs, a non-violent crime. Most of them people ain't never even been locked up, don't even have a felon. and they giving them life sentences like they giving away apples and oranges, 20 years, for drug cases. Ain't killed nobody, ain't robbed nobody, but they giving them 20 to life. Only way you don't get a life sentence and I don't care how much drugs you, if you a big boy and you decide to flip, cause this game is, this how it is, this how the game go. You may have, you big, so you got somebody to tell on. They even tell on the people under them. They don't have nobody to tell on. But the system is so messed up. It's turning people against each other. You got best friends turning on best friend, kids telling on mothers, mothers telling on kids. I mean, it's messed up the way this law is. And when if you a rapist. I was just watching a program where this man raped these two little boys. They gave him 20 years. He did 8 years and got back out of jail. How in the hell do you rape somebody and get back out of jail? Rape kids. Rape anybody. But these the people that they figure, they could be rehabilitated. But drug dealers can't be rehabilitated. I don't care if you a kingpin or what. Come on now. How could a rapist, they are sick people. They should never, they should never be able to see the outside of a jail. And then that's just like if somebody could come and kill you, kill your mother, and plead to second degree murder. Get 25 years, do 17 years, and they back out. These the people that get second chances. But a drug dealer, they make sure they never, ever get a chance to get out. When feds say life, that's what they mean, life. You ain't never getting out. And then I'm not saying people shouldn't be punished if they commit a crime, but the time should fit the crime. It's nowhere in the world that a person should just be getting all this time. And then they want to punish you if you have a conviction already. With the Fed, they go by point system. You can get, your time could carry 2 years, but when they get through charging you for your time that you already done, you probably already been to jail or already completed your probation years ago. But here they can attack that on to your sentence and give you more time, 15 years and 20 years, and then felony and possession of a firearm. They're giving these people 20 and 15 years, and then the same people, that's how it's double jeopardy. The same people that made these crazy gun laws is the same people that don't want to sign a law saying banning machine guns. It's all right for the people in the boondocks to be talking about they need their machine guns because they ready to go to war with the government. If black people or Mexicans was sitting back talking about we need our machine guns and our weapons because our weapons waiting to go to war with the government, it's no way they'll have the National Guard, the military, everybody at our backyard. This is double jeopardy right here. They can make these laws is made for them, but the people in the inner city that may get caught with a gun and may be a convicted felon already, they want to give them life. My son just got locked up for a gun that he have registered. He don't even have a criminal record. They try to give him a CCW, and then now he still haven't got his gun back. We still have to go through all of this mess, to try to get his gun back, because it's white people with guns and black people with guns is not treated the same. It's all right, they would have got their gun right back. But we have to go through all of this mess. So that's why I'm saying these laws is not fair, and there's no way that you shouldn't be able to get parole when you in the federal system. They need to bring parole back. And if you a kingpin, should nobody get over 20 years, and that's too many years for drugs. How could you not rehabilitate a drug dealer, but a rapist and a murderer could be rehabilitated? This country, that's how this stuff is designed for blacks and minorities. They want to say that, we always talking about, come on, look at it. Everybody know. It's the truth. And we need to quit trying to hide it and speak out about it, because it's the truth.
So what's the plan of action, and what do you want to do to change the laws?
What I want a million of us, we're a million plus. I want all of us to, my plan is to get all of us together. It's an election, another election coming up in 2014. And it's time for us, I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, I don't care who you are. If y'all agree with this mess, it's time for y'all to go. You know, they want to divide us. We winning elections. You know, like we winning elections of sticking together. You know, come together as one. It's no way in the world. This war on drugs been going on for 30 years, 30 plus years, and it still isn't won. You know, it's a joke, but they giving all of this time away, like they giving away apples and oranges. They just giving this time away. You know, it's time for us. We done lost a whole lot of battles. It's time for us to win this war. You know, of what they doing. Stop this injustice. This is a miscarriage of justice is what they doing. It makes no sense. You know, they sit behind, these are some devils. They sit behind these judges sit behind these benches, but a lot of them don't even like giving away time like that. You know, all of that time. But it's time for us to vote these people out. For once, we have to, it's going to take all the American people. Because right now, it was a design for blacks and Hispanics, but whites getting caught up in it too. You know, I mean, that's just like in 1996. When a friend of mine had got 10 years for crack. It wasn't even a whole lot, wasn't even like 6 ounces of crack, 10 years. So I'm like, didn't know what to do. I was devastated. So I fumbled up on FAM. I ended up going to a FAM workshop in Washington, D.C. You know, and the founder, Julie Stewart, I mean, she's a good person. She done helped a whole lot of laws get changed, you know. But it's amazing. It amazed me when I was in D.C. how it was a whole bunch of white people there. That's one thing. That's how I know they do fight for their people. We need to get on the bandwagon. We need to quit lacking and start fighting. But these people couldn't believe. You know, they said the police came in our house and the police ramshacked. You know. Ramshacked and came and took my son out, and I'm just looking at them like, are you serious? You know, they come kicking our door, you know, and do whatever, but they wasn't used to that. You know, they finally seen how, you know, because the police, they friend, and, you know, they believe whatever the police say is the truth until it happened to them. And then they knew, you know, like, you know, the police was their worst enemy then, but we all need to get together as one. And we could change these drug laws because they're ridiculous. I mean, they should have been changed. And it's nothing back in the day. We was changing laws because we was standing together. So we all need to come together as one. You know, because this is, I mean, I go to the federal penitentiary twice a month. And the way we even get treated going there by the guards, and I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, how all of these people is just locked up. Everybody, you see all these people locked up for all these years for a non-violent crime. The kids is left without fathers. You know, the women is left without husbands or mothers. You know, and it's time. It's time for us to fight to change these laws.